on and said, in fact, as she got a tad emotional, I think it's probably the most important and the most wonderful club in the entire world. And then I got impressed. I really, really got impressed. 6:15 yesterday morning. Where were you? Isn't it kind of fun to realize we were all over the world yesterday morning at 6:15, and we're all in this place tonight? Well, I was on the beaches of San Diego. We're in the middle of a family vacation. Have I mentioned my 12 grandchildren yet? Oh, I like that. Oh, that was beautiful. 12 grandkids, and we're in the middle of this wonderful vacation on the beach in San Diego. So at 6:15 yesterday morning, I was walking the beach. Now, I need you to know that the fog hadn't yet been burned off, and the waves were rolling in from Hawaii, just rolling into that beach. And there were a few off-purpose people who were sleeping under old blankets on the sand. They were really off-purpose. They looked like they'd been sleeping there for quite a while. And then there was this 4-lane sidewalk. And on this 4-lane sidewalk at 6:15 in the morning were all the on-purpose people in that whole area. And they were walking and they were running and they were power walking and they were jogging and they were pushing baby carts and they were rollerblading. And there was one woman coming along and she was rollerblading right at me. She had this gorgeous smile, this charismatic twinkle in her eye. She caught my eye and I twinkled back. And by the way, if you don't know how to twinkle, we could teach that a little bit later. It's really important in communication skills. She twinkled, I smiled even bigger. Never seen the lady in my life. And I had a little leftover smile that was good for the next person that was coming along who smiled back, and then the next person. And I realized the chain effect of even that kind of communication. It was powerful. We hopped on the plane from there and we did nonstop to Atlanta, which was pretty neat, and got out of that plane and were picked up so graciously. You host marvelously here. And we were brought to the hotel. By then it was about 7:30 in the evening. We popped up to the concierge lounge and we met our first Toastmaster at this meeting. And his name was Dale. Are you here, Dale? Kind of wave at me if you're. Hi, Dale. You are a great guy. You are really a great guy. If they're all like you, you are a great guy. We came down here and we met this guy by the name of David. David has worked for this Toastmasters for 21 years. David looks 21. Have you noticed? He looks 21. He is a great guy. We met Mark the Voice back there. He's a great guy. We met Scott the Sound and Light guy. Now, speakers like sound and light guys. We like good sound and light guys. And he was a great guy. And we realized that this was going to be a fabulous, fabulous experience. And then the roses arrived in my room from Anita Jefferson. 24 beautiful roses. What an incredible and awesome, awesome gift. It is delightful to be here with you. I've been a professional speaker for over 30 years. I started when I was 10 and a half. And I have flown somewhere almost every week and spoken somewhere almost every week for 30 years. If it can happen, it has happened. And I have experienced it. And one of the things that we love, those of us who have to fly for a living, is certain airlines. We kind of get favorites. And American Airlines is kind of one of my favorites because we are frequent flyers big time on American Airlines. Both my husband and I are speakers. We both have 2 million miles on American Airlines. Love American Airlines, where they move us on up into first class often if they've got extra seats. And they fly through Dallas. And they pick up flight crews in Dallas. Now, I am convinced. Are there any people from Dallas? Would you raise your hand? Yes! I am convinced that women in Dallas knew how to put on makeup the day that you were born. I know that you did, because they're absolutely gorgeous women, and I love those flight attendants. We pick up those American Airlines flight crews, and they come in. Well, this one day, we were flying from Phoenix through Dallas to Hartford, Connecticut. It was the fall of the year. This gal got on her little microphone. We'd been moved on up into first class, and she said, you all come on down, sit down, and enjoy this flight. It's going to be the best little old flight you've ever had in your little old life. And I thought, she's a Toastmaster. I know she's a Toastmaster. So we sat down. Now, there was a businessman behind me who was extremely